Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I hope I bring value to you during this episode. Today, I'm going to talk about just moving the ball forward, and in particular, on two subjects: buying properties, or at least researching properties for rental revenue, and number two, learning the piano. So, the first one, all I'm doing literally at this moment is in my free time and my commute. I'm listening to YouTube channels of well established people who have bought and purchased and rent out properties for extra side stream revenue. And I also have a book that I'm reading, and I'm literally have set the bar so low to just make sure I move the ball forward by reading 1 to 2 pages from that book, because it is concentrated and because it is such a new topic for me, and I want to make sure I just digest it. And I also don't want to have an excuse. How can you not have enough time to read 1 to 2 pages? How can you not have enough time on your commute to listen to something tied to that subject matter? And you can take this and apply it to anything. So the next subject is piano for me. So I'm learning the piano, and I'm learning on Duolingo. But if you haven't already tried on Duolingo, you only get to use one hand. So you can't use both hands to learn left and right of the keys. So what I'm doing as well is reading a book, and the book is Piano for Dummies. I'm literally just reading 1 to 2 pages of that, because I have other rituals and other things that I do on a daily basis, working out, working on other projects, that I don't want to overwhelm myself. I don't want to be to the point where I say I don't have enough time, or I'll put that off to another season. Just by reading 1 to 2 pages, just by jumping on Duolingo for like 10 to 15 minutes, I can move the ball forward, and just think a year from now, or 6 months from now, or 10 years from now, what that will look like. But if I never start reading the book or playing on Duolingo with the piano, that will always be someday. That will always be one time when I get to it, when I have more time. If you don't create that space, if you don't make it happen, even on, just to break off on another subject, exercise. I listen to these YouTube channels about people who suggest that you just go to the gym and you do one push-up. I'm not, I get where they're going with that. It's like, if I just read 1 to 2 pages, I'll probably end up reading 5 pages, because it's hard to just read 1 page, because you start to get the momentum. And that's the idea with the exercise program: is you go to the gym, you do one push-up, and you go, come on, I didn't drive all the way here and park and get the locker and come out and do a push-up or a 1 rep on a bench press. I might as well commit and do some more. I currently make it so easy. I work out at home. I bought some dumbbells. I jump on YouTube and I watch a high interval intensity training program, and I do it first thing in the morning. And sometimes it's just 20 minutes, sometimes it's a half hour, sometimes it's 45 minutes. But again, the whole concept is to move the ball forward, because it's consistency, it's and it's perseverance. It's literally just stay at it. Stay at it. Because as soon as you kind of, to break off to another subject, Jerry Seinfeld had this calendar method. He would write jokes every day. Every day he'd write jokes. And he had on his calendar, he would put an X every time he wrote jokes. And he wouldn't want to break the chain. So on a calendar of his, he would literally have X, 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 X. And I don't think he ever had a day without the X. So every day he sat down and he wrote comedy. He wrote and worked on his jokes and his method and his timing, and looked and reviewed on how did the show go and how can he improve it. So take that and use it with learning something. So every day, go out and get a physical calendar. If you prefer a digital, then do that. But go and get a calendar and literally X each day that you do, and then add them up. And this is a great self accountability. You see it physically, you review it, and you go, wow, I missed 2 days. Next week I'm going to only miss 1 day, or next week I'm not going to miss any. And this goes off to another part of overstacking, overwhelming, too much, right? So I'm currently have multiple projects. I'm working on books, multiple books. I'm working on this channel to improve it. I'm working on my other YouTube channel, which is Crispy Patty. I read kids books, and I just started that back up. I also have a life. I have exercise. I have family functions and work to go to, and I have other interests, cooking and shopping. So I have this internal dialogue of how many more days, how many more months, years will I put off learning a language and learning the piano and writing a book. So every day I put a little bit in and a little bit in and a little bit in, and that little bit, like a snowball, right, starts off small, and you roll it down the hill, and you gradually build and get bigger. You don't see it overnight. You may not see it in a week. Exercise, hobbies, whatever it might be for you, fill in the blank. I hope this point gets across to you. I hope it made some sense to you. I hope you can apply it to improve your life. I appreciate you tuning in, and thanks again, and I'll see you next time.